Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. How y'all doing? It is Monday morning and today is a tough one. OMG, it was hard to get up out of that bed. I mean, I even sat on the side of the bed and contemplated calling out sick. And I ain't sick, ain't a thing wrong with me. I just want to call out Monday. I'm sorry I won't be in, it's Monday. But I mustered up the strength because I remembered that I got vacation coming. So I just have to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Then I'm on vacation. But let's get into this Yoo-hoo story. Okay, before there ever was a Yahoo.com, there was Yoo-hoos. Anybody ever had a Yoo-hoo? Yoo-hoo is a chocolate drink that comes, well, it used to come in a bottle. Now it may come in cans or cans and bottles. But my husband and I, we had been married maybe, I'm going to say maybe at least a year, but about a year or so. And my husband and I were riding in the car together, and he got a phone call from his ex, his baby's mama, his ex. And okay, let's give you the backstory. Okay, the backstory is my husband was in prison for 15 years, and there were no cell phones when he went to prison. So when he came out of prison and he got a cell phone, it was a total foreign thing to him. He had to learn how to use it. He had to learn how to use this technology. Mind you, I don't think we had smartphones at that time. I'm pretty sure we didn't have smartphones. But he had, his little flip phone. And no, at that time, I don't think it was a flip. It might have been one of them little standard little phones. But anyways, he had his first cell phone. And so his ex called, and I don't know why she was calling. Maybe something had to do with our son, their son, our son. So my husband, here he is. He's get this phone call, and he's nervous because A, his ex is calling. B, his ex is calling while his present day wife is sitting next to him. And C, above all, he doesn't know how to operate this phone really well, and the volume is loud, and he gets the sense that I can hear the conversation. So she's talking to him, like all casually, like, what you doing? And like, where are you? Or he's like, why? And she's like, well, I need you to talk to your son about something, da-da-da. So he is so nervous because he can tell that I can hear. Plus he knows his wife. I'm inquisitive. I'm alert. I ain't nobody's fool. So he's nervous. I can just tell he's fidgeting, and I can tell how he's talking to her, that he really don't want her to know that I'm beside him. And he really don't feel totally comfortable talking to her while I'm in my presence. So he pulls into a convenience store. And he goes into the store. And I'm just sitting there, with all my thoughts, thinking, okay, first of all, why is she calling? Second of all, why is she just talking to you all casually? Where are you? What are you doing? And third of all, I'm thinking, y'all must still having conversation. Now, I not at all thought that they were cheating, but I thought y'all might have casual with each other, so y'all having these casual conversations outside of my presence. I'm sure a little too often, because y'all are a little too familiar in these conversations. Okay, side note, that's what a guy told me one time. This is before I got married, and I'm single, and a guy that I had been intimate with a long time ago, back in the day, he came over to my house because he does plumbing, and I think I called him and asked him if he could fix something in my bathroom. And then after he was done fixing, I asked him how much I owe him, and he said, "Nothing, girl. You know I'm not going to charge you." And I hugged him, and he said, "Girl, don't be hugging me like that. You know we familiar." And I thought, and I still use that to this day. It was hilarious. I just bust out laughing and hit him when he said that. And I hit him in his chest. He said, "Girl, didn't I tell you we familiar? You better stop touching me." Okay, back to this conversation. So that's why I say I could tell in the conversation that was just a little too familiar. So anyways, my husband pulls into the gas station, and he gets out of the car, doesn't say anything to me, doesn't say, "Do you want anything, baby? I'm going in to get something." No, because he don't want her to know that I'm even sitting beside her. He goes into this gas station, and when he comes out, he's off the phone, and he has a yoo-hoo. A yoo-hoo. Not a cinnamon roll that we like, not cookies, not chips normally, because you know your man. Whenever we go to the grocery store, honey bun is what I was trying to say. He knows that's one of my favorite convenience store snacks. What's your favorite convenience store snack? He knows that's one of my favorite convenience store snacks is the honey bun and some like barbecue chips. So he would always like go in the store and get me something like that. No, he doesn't come out with anything for me. He doesn't come out with a honey bun. He doesn't come out with the barbecue chips. He doesn't come out with anything for him. He comes out with the yoo-hoo. And I had never, in all of our years of knowing each other, and especially the year or two that we were married at that time, never seen him with the yoo-hoo. He comes out, and I don't say anything to him about the conversation. Within myself, I just laugh. Because sometimes, ladies, we don't always have to call a man out on something. I already know he was uncomfortable. I already know, from knowing him, I'm sure he didn't want to discuss it. I already knew he didn't want her to know that I was talking to him. That I was beside him. And he didn't want me to know what their conversation was about. So I knew it was a total uncomfortable conversation, uncomfortable position for him. I knew he was getting used to this thing, called marriage and being married, dealing with your ex, and also, raising them, co-parenting along with me and him. So you don't have to call your man out on everything. But believe me, I put it in my memory. So go on. We just talked and went on. Okay. Remember, I put it in my memory, right? So I don't know what conversation came up that made me go back in my memory and pull it out and bring it forth. But I said it was maybe a few months later. I'm gonna say it could have been a good 5-6 months later, and I think maybe he went into the convenience store. Maybe we better stop at the convenience store. He went in the convenience store, came out. And when he came out, I said, you didn't get a yoo-hoo? And he said, huh? I said, remember, you like yoo-hoos now. He was totally lost. He said, huh? I said, remember a few months ago when we were together and Chris called? And you were nervous because you knew I could hear the conversation and you didn't know how to handle that and what to do. So you went into the store so you could talk to her in private, and you came out with a yoo-hoo. And he laughed. he laughed. And he was like, I just wanted a yoo-hoo. I just like yoo-hoos. I was just thirsty and needed a yoo-hoo. I said, man, at this time, I've been knowing him. At that time, I probably had been knowing him. I knew him 20 years before we got married. And then so at that time, I probably been knowing about 22 years. I said, man, I've been knowing you 22 years. I ain't never seen you with a yoo-hoo. And especially, we've been married, I don't know, at that time, like I said, roughly a year and a half, 2 years. And I was like, it was before our son came to live with us. So maybe we've been married about a year and a half. And I said, a year and a half we've been married, I ain't never seen you with a yoo-hoo. And boy, we got a good laugh out of it. Okay, a few years go by, and I say, you know what, baby? I thought you liked yoo-hoos. I ain't seen you with a yoo-hoo in years. And we laugh about it. So to this day, we have a yoo-hoo story. So in the 14 years will be soon, we've been married. About once every 5 years, he'll buy a Yoo-hoo and put it in the fridge. And I see the Yoo-hoo in the fridge, and I say, "Oh, you got your favorite drink. You got a Yoo-hoo today, huh?" So we get a good laugh out of it. Sometimes some things are gonna happen in your marriage, in your relationship, and it may puzzle you, it may disturb you, it may bother you, it may even devastate you. Because I got other stories that I'll share of the time of devastation. But if you just work through it, if you just stay there, work through it. I tell nobody to stay with somebody who's cheating, continues to cheat on you, and if anybody's abusing you. But other than that, if you just stay in your marriage and work that thing out, at the end, y'all gonna be laughing about it. Y'all have your own Yoo-hoo story. All right, you guys. Thank y'all for listening. Y'all have a great week, and we'll talk later. Y'all be blessed.